Africa doesn't have a resource problem. Africa has a division problem. And tribalism is one of the biggest reasons we are not moving forward. Imagine losing a job, not because you are not qualified, but because you belong to the wrong tribe. That's the reality for millions of Africans. If tribalism disappeared tomorrow, Africa would become a completely different continent. We blame colonialism, corruption, and politicians. But today, I want to talk about something much closer to home, and that is us. Welcome to Durotimi Daniel, real conversations about Africa, leadership, and life. And we are fixing Africa one idea at a time. Today, I want to talk about why tribalism is holding Africa back. There's nothing wrong with loving your culture. There's nothing wrong with identifying with any culture. As a matter of fact, talking about me, for example, I was born in Lagos State. And not just Lagos, I was born in Mushin. And not just Mushin, I was born inside Mushin. If you know where Moshalashi Street is, I was born into a white garment church where we even read the Yoruba Bible. I literally read the Yoruba Bible growing up. So I know a lot about the Yoruba culture. I know a lot about the language. The truth of the matter is I identify as a Yoruba person based on my upbringing and all that, the culture. In as much as I identify as a Yoruba person, I also identify as a Delta State person. Like I identify with the Robos. In fact, I can even say that's more like a primary thing because both of my parents are from Delta State. I cannot speak Yoruba language, but I can speak Uwe. And Uwe is one of the major tribes in the Yoruba land. So I can speak it, I can hear it very well as well. So I identify as those both cultures, and I'm not even ashamed to identify with it. There's nothing wrong with loving your culture, whether you are Nigerian, you're Zulu, you're Yoruba, you are Kanuri, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But we need to come to that point where we put Africa first before any other thing. Now, politics exploit tribalism. Politicians divide people to gain votes, and that has been happening for so many years, and even till now it's still happening. Even in most African countries, some of the tools they use is religion and tribalism, and it's happening in Nigeria right now, where even personally, I think the current president is not doing well in a lot of things. But some people, especially people from his tribe, feel like he's the best president Nigeria has ever had. You can imagine, we're having serious security issues in Nigeria, from kidnapping to bandit to terrorism, and some people still think he's the best because he's from their tribe, and they believe some people are trying to frustrate his tenure. Tribalism is a tool used by politicians, and people are falling for it. Unfortunately, citizens end up defending their tribe rather than demanding for good governance. So these are the real issues in Africa. The day we end tribalism, we will make a very, very giant progress. Also, merit is replaced by tribe. The other day, I was going through a comment on one of the issues happening in Nigeria where some federal universities accept people from a particular tribe first before they think of other people. So I think, for example, in Nigeria, this thing called state of origin is doing more harm than good, where you have to identify with a particular state, one of the 36 states. It's one of the most terrible things I've ever seen. Why should I say, okay, look at America, even if you can, where you grew up from, you can claim that place, regardless of where your parents are from, whether your parents are Dutch or Irish. If you grow up in Arizona, you can claim Arizona culture. So this thing called state of origin is messing things up. Look at the universities. You have to be a particular tribe before they can give you an admission. You have to come from Lagos before they can give you admission in Lagos State. You have to come from Edo State before they can give you admission in some of the universities in Edo State. It's not that national identity. It's not helping it. In fact, I think all those things should be scrapped in Nigeria. Anybody should apply. Anybody should be able to apply to any university. So I personally think that thing called JAMB should be scrapped. Anybody that wants to apply for any university should be able to apply for any university he wants, and any university should be able to conduct its own admission based on their own rules and guidelines and regulations. They should be able to accept anybody they want to accept. This thing of saying, oh, somebody's from a particular state, so therefore we consider this thing called indigene, aboriginal. They should have another plan for that one. They should have another program for that one. But people should, sometimes, even in jobs, even in contracts, even in promotions, you want to consider, now you have somebody doing well in the office. You know this person is very good for the job. You know this person is qualified for the job. But because the person is not from a particular tribe, you don't give the person. You now give somebody who is not qualified. You now give the person the job. Are we helping ourselves or not? This kind of things will not foster progress. These are why some of these institutions, we can blame all the government, we can blame all the federal government and all that as much as we want. But the truth of the matter is, whether we like it or not, some of the people in this civil organization, like government agencies, are the ones making the country or Africa terrible. So we cannot continue like this and expect great, transformation. One of the reasons why Africa is, struggling is because of this tribalism mindset. And if we want progress, we must stop tribalism. We must put Africa first. We must come to a point where we can say, okay, we want real progress. If somebody is qualified for a job, if somebody is qualified to handle something, let's give the person based on merit, not because the person is from a particular tribe or not. Also, Africa is losing talent. Africa is losing talent because of tribalism. We are losing the best hands to the West because of tribalism. Look at Nigeria, for example. So many doctors are out of the country because the government cannot cater properly for these workers. So we are losing the best talents to the West, to overseas, because people have tried to bring the best to the system. Even in Nigeria, for example, some people, if you're not from the north, they will not give you some benefit, maybe some contract or something, because you are not from their clan. It doesn't make sense. And when people are frustrated, the next thing they want to go is go to a place where their service is appreciated. Most of them will go abroad. So these are serious problems. Lastly, tribalism weakens national identity. It does. National identity, African identity, tribalism weakens it. You can be proud of your culture, but some things can be your priority. Instead of saying, I'm Nigerian, or instead of saying I'm South African, people say I'm Zulu, I'm Yoruba, I'm Kikuyu, I am so like these things. They don't help. We must come to that point where we identify as Africans, we identify as Nigerian. Well, when we come to that point, from there we can now have serious progress. So tribalism is weakening so many things. Like tribalism is one of the reasons why we are where we are today. And if we want to move forward as a continent, we have to come to the point where we tell ourselves that even though we can love our tribe, but we must put Africa first. Now, what are the solutions to this? What is the solution to the matter on ground? Number one, teach unity from childhood. All our institutions should start teaching unity. Like, we must start seeing ourselves as Africans first. We must start seeing ourselves as Nigerians first before any other thing. We must teach unity. We must teach unity, especially in all our institutions. That national identity, that continental identity, we have to start emphasizing on it so that people grow up with that mindset that I'm Nigerian, I'm South African, I'm Kenyan, I'm African first before any other thing. Number two, competence must be rewarded. When we see people who are doing well in their field, we must reward them. We must reward them. When we reward them, we are encouraging them, making them, like when you look at the West, when somebody gives a groundbreaking solution to things, they get rewarded. Number three, we must judge character and not by tribe. If somebody is not doing well, let's say he's not doing well, let's just say, we must say it the way it is. Not because the person is not from our tribe. If the person is not doing well, we must say it. And if somebody is doing well, we must appreciate the person. So we must judge character, not by tribe. If somebody is qualified to be a president or to qualify to be a governor, this zoning thing, like they do in Nigeria, so it's a turn for the West, it's a turn for the South, it's a turn for the East. People do all those things to manipulate people into voting, and at the end of the day, they do it for self-benefit, like financial benefits. and all that ego, pride. They don't have nothing to do with, progress of the country or the continent. So we must judge character, not tribe. And lastly, we must hold leaders accountable regardless of where they come from. Leaders must be held accountable. They see our leaders. And when I say leaders, I don't just mean the presidents, even your councillor, even your mayor, your governor, even your all those things, your premier, your senate, all these persons, they must be held accountable. Because the truth of the matter is, Africa will never reach its full potential if we keep allowing tribe to matter more than character. Let's celebrate our culture without allowing them to divide us. Now, if this conversation challenged you, let me know in the comment section. What do you think? Is tribalism really killing us or not? I'd like to hear from you from the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with people out there, and I believe this video will inspire a lot of people out there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next video.